are one people, no more fights. Unity, unity. We are one, no divide. Stand together side by side. No songs and body again. Men all are mercy. Now what? No hour. From Morovia to Britain, Conakry voices take a stand. Same sun shining on the face, same struggle, same embrace. No more fighting over line. This earth was never yours or mine. From the roots we all belong. Three nations singing one song. So much pain we sing before. For they do love plus jamais. We don't time for. Let the love come shining through. We are one. We are one, no summer, now one people, no divide. We are one, we are one, we are one. Give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it, give it. Guinée, Libéria, Sierra Leone, nous sommes pas de frontières pour diviser nos cœurs. Nous sommes, construisons un avenir meilleur, sans la guerre, sans la peur, main dans la main, avançons pour la paix de nos nations. Peace, unity. No more fights, if we live as one. We don't time for war, now the Christmas call. Mama cried, making them they feel up. Time for change, make the love reveal up. We not stranger, no me from low as I go, Goyah. Open good, make me change flow sweet. Make a future for you and me. We are one. We are one, we are one, we are one, we are one. Hold my hand, don't let go. Hold my hand, don't let go, don't let go. Before I'm all safe, make me stand strong today. Hold my hand, hey, don't let go. We are one. Liberia, Kina, Sierra Leone. We are one, we are one. No summer, no one. No other life can break this bond. We are one, we are one. Say peace now, peace now. Say unity, 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 unity. West Africa. Woo. Woo. All right, we are one, we are one, we are one, we are one. Guinean, Sierra Leoneans, we are one. Once again, I want to welcome you to the Goyah studio. This is your host, SUBOR Different, coming live from the beautiful state of Minnesota. We want to say welcome, and we want to say, let us be the first to say happy 26 to every Liberians, wherever you are. We want to be the first to say happy Independence Day. We always at the beginning of the show about what I call extending an open invitation, especially for those of us from Liberia,
right now there are a lot of things that are unfolding in the world that I believe that we have to get close to God, because the fact remains that what is happening right now we can comprehend, we can explain it, we because it is behind our human comprehensions. And so when you see the death, the illness, especially for us from Liberia, look at the amount of cocaine that have been discovered within a month and a half. So it tells us that we are at a crossroad. And tonight we're going to be, we ask a question. How do we get ourselves out of the mess? How? How do we get ourselves out of this mess? And so it is not about, we're not going to be talking about, because there are plenty of blames to go around. Enough. For the past 46 years, we we have been saying, we have been very good at identifying the problem, quote unquote. But something that we haven't done is to solve the problem. And as you can see, where it is taking us as people, as a nation, you can see where we're going. So the question remains, how do we get ourselves out of this mess? How? And I believe that it is about time that we change what we do in Liberia and how we do it. It is not about pointing fingers. It is not about defending any one political party. It is not about trying to justify. I think at this junction, what we need is we have to find a way. And so there are just so many things that is happening in Liberia right now that we 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 we're scrambling. And so tonight I want us first and foremost to extend what I call open invitation to every one of us. And I'm appealing to you if you're watching the video. Thank you, Jacob, but we appreciate you for tuning in. Please continue to share the video. I know sometimes it might sound boring because we do not come here to gossip. It's one of the things that we Liberians have found ourselves. So personally, us to break through, it is because we now coming with profanity on the airwave. We're not coming to talk about gossip. We come to discuss meaningful things that are affecting us as people. And that's what the platform was made for, to share light, to discuss. And so we understand that a big player body will say thank you for tuning in. And so tonight, but before we go on with the show, I always like to do this. Open invitation. Baptist confirmed Kiale. And since I came to the United States, I couldn't practice my faith. But I joined another church called my Zion Interdenominational Ministry. And many of me, I just don't go for anything easily. But I'm telling you, the teaching is good, the pastor is great, the church community is awesome. But with that being said, I think it is about time that we as Liberians, like I said from the beginning of my intro, what is happening in our country, what is going on in the world, I think we have to find time to get close to God to help us navigate this troubling water. And so we meet on the prayer line from Monday to Thursday, from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m., 1 hour. From 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m., 1 hour. And the telephone number to the prayer line is 763-220-3265. The telephone number again to the prayer line is 763-220-3265. If you are in state or you visited Minnesota, the address of the church is 6830 Quay Avenue North, Brooklyn Center. I repeat, 6830 Quay Avenue North, Brooklyn Center, under the guardianship of Senior Pastor Reginald Wenochie. And Wednesday and Thursday we'll meet in person and online. So wherever fit your schedule, we encourage you to visit us. Better still, if you cannot, we also want to encourage you to find a God-believing Bible church. Spend some time in the presence of God. Seek God's face. Seek a guidance for divine direction, because right now our country, Liberia, is at a crossroad. And so we want to make sure that we encourage you to do that. We also want to take this time and say happy birthdays to all those who are celebrating their birthday in this month of July. We pray that God Almighty will bless you with long life, good health, peace of mind, and all of your heart desires. If your birthday fall on your wedding anniversary, I want to say double shout out to you and your beautiful loved one. We pray that God will bless the whole matrimony homes with joy, happiness, love, longevity, peace. If you are bereaved, we want to take this time to extend our deeper condolences to you and your family. We pray that God will comfort you, God will console you, God will strengthen you as you go through the difficult time of bereavement. We also want to make sure we extend our deeper condolences to the Bowman family, to Mr. Kevin Johnson, who lost his mom, and to my own big brother, friend and big brother, the Andrews family. We lost Nick last week or week before last. And so we want to take this time to extend our condolences to all the bereaved family. We pray that God will continue to comfort the people as people go through this difficult time of bereavement. Now, we want to say welcome. We want to say thank you, Jacob Okoli. We want to say thank you, Mr. Badio, big player. We appreciate you tuning in. You know, for the past 1 month and a half, Liberia is on fire. Now, for the right reason, but for the bad reason. And as a Liberian who truly love my country, where I'm from, it's saddening to see such a thing unfolding. But what I wanted to talk about is the fact that the only way you can be happy or try to play politics with this, if you tell me that tell me that maybe then you don't really truly love Liberia, because if you think you're going to use this to score a political point, I think then we'll be making a very, very grave mistake, because Liberia is where we're from. Liberia is our home. And so within 1.5 months, to see that they have discovered, or the law enforcement were able to track down pretty close to almost 4,000 and some more kilograms of cocaine in a tune of over 400 million United States dollars, is troubling to every one of us. And I don't think it's anything we can play politics with, because that's why I asked the question, how do we get ourselves out of the mess? Because the last time I checked, we said we identified the problem 46 years ago. And it seems to be going to move backward. And before we even begin, we want to take this time to extend our deeper, sincere gratitude to the men and women of our national security of Liberia, the NSA, the DEA, the Liberian National Police, our Army, EPS, and everyone who working tirelessly to make sure under those difficult circumstances continue to work 24 hours around the clock to make sure that our country do not turn into a drugs country. And so, on behalf of the entire members of Goyah media team and my own family, we want to say thank you. Thank you. Continue to work. We know it is not easy, but remember that only God, we see will reward you. And so we want to say big thank you to our security forces. They are working. They are working. They are truly working, and we're happy. We are very proud. But you know, I've been seeing different videos. People have been sending me videos. And that's the reason why today's topic is how do we get ourselves out of this mess? Because it appeared to me that people trying to use this to score political points. And I don't think when you are faced with a type of wave that is coming from all over, it is worrisome for every Liberians. This one, we're not talking about a bullet, because we went through that and God was able to guide us through. And that carnage for 14 years, we were able to overcome it. And so now the question is, how can we get this mess? How can we get this mess? How can we get this mess under control? And I think as leaders of our country, you know, I'll be very honest. I do not know what's wrong with seditions or unity partisan. I really don't understand that. They are acting as if the party is above the country. They are more loyal. They are willing to go to war with each other, forgetting to know it's the very same country that we all live in. And so when this type of thing happen, what you think will unite in the fight, and I am disappointed. I am disappointed to see people pointing fingers at each other, going at each other if to say doing that will solve any type of problem for us. It's not going to solve any problem. It's not going to solve any problem. And so I think what we should be asking ourselves as citizens and partisans, what can we do? What can we do to help our government be successful? What can we do? I think that should be a question that we all should be striving for, not to score political points. And that's why I continue to say that these two political parties to a place that the Liberian put themselves into think that I think they so caught up into each other that nothing good will happen for our country if these two political parties continue to take power, because it's like it can never end. I don't see any end in sight. I don't. And so I just want to remind them that Liberia is not Unity Party. Liberia is not CDC. Liberia is for us Liberians. And with that type of news, Like a whole horse. You people live there. You see it. Now, let me explain to us something that probably we're taking for a joke. You see, country like Colombia, drugs is not something that you mess around with. Because I'm telling you, it can get out of hand quickly. And so tonight, I wanted to talk about a few things that I believe we can do as people, and we're going to make some recommendations. Because something wrong with us as Liberians. For whatever reason, we tend to overlook danger. When we see danger, it's like as long as that thing hit you to a spot that you can feel it, then we say, it is not my business. It is not my business. It is the people business. We are very good at doing that. We get to a place that we feel so complacent or we feel untouchable. And I think we need to get out of that mindset. Because right now, in how much our security forces are working, I think they can even be better if we buy in as people. And so let us be eyes for the security. According to the report, we see that we don't know yet, they haven't verified it yet, but from preliminary investigation, that they believe that civilian Ebola is becoming a problem for us. And so I think it is about time that we as people, don't forget, on the 17th, there was a march in Liberia. The only problem that I got with that march is the person who spearheading that march. And I will tell you why. Because the man who is spearheading that march, once upon a time, was in power for 6 years. And so some of the problems started 6 years ago, if not more than that. But I think there's a need for every one of us. We can get in the street for foolishness. The university students are very good to challenge government for no reason. Oppositions, or I will give credit to the standard bearer for ANC. He had a brilliant press conference, but I will encourage him to go one step further. We call it upon safer society. We have to now focus and keep the pressure and help the government. Maybe we need to remind the government, because with the type of volumes of drugs, I'm telling you, it's scary. Our country can be a transit point. Because everybody know my beef with the first branch of government. I said it and I will say it again. I sat in a same chair when CDC was in power. And I said, if that brother get better, it will take every one of us. Opa, I told you that Opa got his own share responsibility as president. But my people, one hand can pick less. I asked the question. Somebody please tell me, who opened fire for doing the right thing? And at the time, everybody was caught up in the politics. Here we got Joseph Boakai, president. He can't do it alone. He cannot. It's impossible. He can't do it alone. He cannot do it alone. It's impossible. And so, every Liberians, we need to rise up. Look, this is where I expect partisans from Unity Party to say, hey, we're not going to sit back and allow few greater individuals to damage our government. We're not going to allow few individuals to damage our country. And so we have to put Liberia first. Let me just give you a clear understanding where the drugs, fuel it, where that drugs boss happy. You know who all live in that residence? You know who all live there? You got senators. Senator Barney live in that place. Natalia McGill live in that place. Or Kofi Who's National Security Advisor to the President live in that place. Or who else again? Or the Minister for Internal Affairs live in that place. That's a now in America, where you call that's a high-end neighborhood. There where that buzz went on. So you have the IG, the police director, live in a community. And those are places that are well protected. So the point that I'm making to you, they and their family not going to be affected. It is us, the massive. And you don't expect these people to come from work and be walking from community to community, from houses to houses. No. So when you see something, you have to talk. If you see something, you have to talk. Don't say because the police director lives here, the national security advisor, the president lives here, the minister lives here, senators live here, all that mama jama. Because everybody moving here and there. So community leaders, it is about time that you try to know who is in your community. That is why when we were in Liberia, we never had our system. That one system that I like, that the people got blacks leader. And it's about time that people rise up. Because that's one way we can help curtail the drugs issue. Because I'm telling you, now, the sad thing is, Tuesday, that quantity of drugs was discovered. Instead of sitting down and finding ways, you already see Unity Party and CDC going at each other. And that's why I keep reminding, I don't know if the two political parties feel like they own Liberia, because some of the pettiness is so stupid and frustrating. Because there is so big issues. We're talking about drugs, whole horse filled with drugs. What you want to tell us? We know that indeed Unity Party is in power. We know Unity Party campaign vigorously that they were going to make sure that drugs become popular enemy number one. We understand that. But we should ask ourselves individually, what can I do? What can I do? Because first thing from report that the horse That compound, that whole fence, that the drugs don't render that whole place. So nobody in that compound. Now, one of the missing information is too early. It's too early. What we're hearing at our house, they don't know who owned it. And the last time I checked, they got 2 foreign nationals. One of them carry passport from Colombia, and the other one is a Spanish passport. I don't know, there's a language barrier, because the press tried to talk to them, they're not saying anything. And so how did they get in touch? And so you see, it's getting bigger, because from 19 to 300 and some more $1 million. And I'm telling you, you see suitcases. And so the house, from what they found in this house, they believe that that house belonged to somebody who was involved in the black money. And we all know in the 90s what they call BM. Because why? They found some papers that normally they will use according to the story. But we don't know yet. And so if you living around there now, because before that house was built, the black leaders and other people know. And so that's when now they should be coming forward with names in the VOA area and say, oh, that construction was done because when people building in Liberia, people know the people need. What did you see them on that? You will hear the stories. And so that's one way we can help. Another way, Liberians, we have to put the pressure on the national legislature. I know the last March, you took the petition to the executive mansion. I agree, but to some extent I disagree. Because the executive branch, if you ask me in my honest opinion, in certain areas they are trying. It's about time that we put the pressure on the first branch of government, the national legislature. If those people start to feel heat, I'm telling you, then they will focus. Nobody make free money than the people that sit at that Capitol building. Nobody make free money. Now, I think Joseph Boakai, I keep saying this, need to go back to the drawing board. The money that have been invested in cars, that have a lavish life by his people traveling. All those things need to cut it. I know the preliminary budget, they increase almost for the summer medium for the DEA, the police. I think because your lawmakers then they are so greedy. They are so greedy. I've said this and I will say over and over. You know, as a man, as a project manager, a man went to school who has a degree in project management, a master degree in project. I'm not talking this because I won't brag. You know, anytime there's a project, we call something they call long-term and short-term goal. So the short-term, you look at the immediate, okay, what can we do right now? We got a project that maybe it costs $2 million. You do what we call the WBS, work breakdown structure, WBS. Okay, we know for the work breakdown structure, it tells us how we're going to attack the project. And we got timeline. You set timeline. We're working within a time frame because when you're doing, whether it be RT or anything, you have to tell the stakeholders or the client or the vendor when you're going to get done. When you're going to get done. It's important. So I've said it over and over. Liberia right now, we need to think about short and long-term goal. I'm not upset. Do not get me wrong. War crime court, that is not a short-term goal for me. I'm not saying we will not do it. I'm just saying, for me, it is not a priority for me right now to have a money placed in the budget for that. That's one. Number two, we agree about the roads. We know our roads need to be improved. I agree. But the short-term goal for Liberia right now is invest into our human capital. I keep saying this. Because if you look at almost all the constructions in terms of maintenance, the way we act, the way we behave, based upon the fact that we went through a 14-year bloody civil war, we have done nothing to rehabilitate the minds of our people. Eric Johnson came there that got all the money from the international community. She did nothing. We continue to overlook that part. And we think we're going to develop that bureau in absence of reconstructing the mind of the Liberian people. We're lying to ourselves. Well, I think we should rather invest. Get counselors, therapists. People need to be healed. There are so many sick people in Liberia. Not because they were born with that. It is because what happened to us. Look at our schools. Look at our healthcare system. Look at our security. Those are things I'm going to say we have to prioritize those areas. Every 2 years, they pay up to $60,000 for a car. You got 72 represented 30 senators. Think about that money. Think about that money. People are doing nothing. That money should be invested into our national security. Our security apparatus should be having, brand new cars. They should be having equipment, logistics. They should be trained. Our borders, every port of entry, the air, the sea, the road, those people should be well equipped. They should be paid well. That's a short-term goal for me. Because the reason why people are falling prey is because they are not educated. They are not far-sighted. And so we need to overhaul our whole educational system. Up to now, you find children are in Liberia 20 and 24. Children not going to schools. They are in the street up to 1, 2, 3 in the morning. What we're talking here. Teachers are not being paid well. And so people better go to school. They feel that in school, they're not learning anything. And so, and these are the people that continue to serve as our leaders. And you can see some of the decisions that have been made. That's a short-term goal for me. We should prioritize that. I will give you an example. The managerial complex that was built by Eddie Johnson Salif. Go see how dirty that place is. They are all new buildings. So what I tell you, even if we invest into infrastructure right now, We do not have the human capacity to take care of those things because the way they think, the way they see it, is just quite different. So why would you invest into something that 2 years or 3 or 1 year down the road is going to collapse? Then our money go in vain. And you see what we at? We stuck. And so people now, they do not understand what it means to be citizen for a country. And so they will conspire to damage their own country. And so when you look at the budget, the national budget, and you see how money is being spent, look at our healthcare system. It is broken. Look at JFK, dialysis machine. Nothing there. And to get a good dialysis machine, the good one, anywhere between 10 to 50,000. But we don't have, go to JFK, nothing there. So if you look at the amount of money that we spend on our national legislature, that alone can revamp our whole healthcare system. That's 72 people money that they gave them. I'm telling you, if they take that money and divert that money to our healthcare system, JFK will be brand new. Now, if I add a senator, 30 plus 72, you do the math. 102. 100. So if you take that money, because the representative, sometimes they get 50, the senator gets 60,000 for car, just for car alone. Just for car. Every 2 years, they get that money. Think about it. But then you got teachers making less than $50 US. You got our security, police, DEA, NSA. How are we going to win the war against drugs? How are we going to win this war? So I think we need to go back. Because if you see the headline, how do we get ourselves out of this mess? How? How are we going to get ourselves out of the mess? Number one, we got to look at the national budget. I'm surprised that justices, associate justices, head for autonomous agency, ministers, how can you be on minister 20, 30, 10,000 US dollar and they put out doing mean work? Because we don't see what they're bringing in. We don't see what they're doing. We can't even feel that impact. Because if you add all of their how you call it, their per diems, you get in car, you get in gas, you get in squash car, what we doing? And you think how we're going to win the war on drugs? And now we're learning that even prior to the $90 million drugs coming, they inform our government, letting them know, hey, and right now, from the CIA to the Interpol, they have told Labra is not mindful. God comes first, but the people, I'm telling you, when they tell you something, you better believe it. The Pope have told us that the LDEA is compromised. It is compromised. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. You don't need to have a bachelor degree or a doctorate degree. Common sense. Common sense. A man who making $50 US and can barely get $50. He has no means of transporting himself to work. His family literally starving. And the man arresting drugs that cost almost 50, 100,000 US dollar. What you think going to happen? What you going to happen? Even if you turn it over, when you talk to his boss, he see the person getting away. My people, we can't sit back and think this problem is going to solve itself. And for those of us that are in the diaspora, as we are preparing to celebrate the July 26th, I think one of the things we should be thinking about, we're calling upon the OLM, and I will reach out to the executive director. We need to organize a serial march asking for assistance, because what is happening back home, we can't sit in America and feel like because we're in America or we're in Europe or we're in Asia means that we can't means that hey, the point in Liberia is that business. No. I think we need to get involved in the fight against this attack. So this one, I don't want us pointing fingers because the government is overwhelmed. I just told you, logistically, the government is not prepared to deal with the type of influx. It's too heavy. So whatever way we can play our part to make sure that this nonsense stop, we have to do it collectively. We are the government. We are the government. It's just a matter of time. And we can't allow ourselves, we have to be proactive, not reactive. We have to be proactive. We can't sit and say, them votes, no. So we have to come together. We have to come together wherever way we can. Liberia right now, you can barely walk the street after 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Before you do anything, you have to do it within your community, because you know what I mean? You can get hijacked any minute, any second, depending upon your location. That might likely lead to your death. You know why? Because the influx of drugs. The man taking drugs, he need money to support the habit. That is why you see the crime rate is so high. And so Liberians, today I'm telling us, how do we get out of the mess? I believe that is one way we can get out of the mess. The second thing I want to talk about, what's wrong with us? The reason why I think we're confused. The reason why we went to the poll and elected a Unity Party led by Joseph Barker, the rescue team, to rescue us. There were certain things that honored the CDC-led government that we as Liberians felt that it wasn't happening. It made us upset. We got mad. We got frustrated. And so we said to ourselves, not only are we going to vote President Goyah out, but almost everybody that we feel that are responsible for the massive failure, we're going to make sure that we root it out. Number one, we just talk about it, the influx of drugs. Number two, accountability. Number three, respecting the rule of law. Corruptions. And so people voice that and they follow through. Now, objectively, in as much this government got its own struggle, but we have to acknowledge where they are making progress. That's what we need to make sure that we continue to reinforce. But we cannot have our cake and eat it. People who never had money, people who looted the coffers of the Liberian government, we were begging. We wanted to hold these people accountable. They must pay the price for depriving us, for depriving our children. Now the government is taking our stand, and people getting in the street to protest, and now we're calling it a witch hunt. All we want, some of those people, you knew them or you know them by name. You were all in the street. You wanted them to pay the full weight because of what they did to you. And so today, I'm here to encourage us. My people, what good it will do you when you continue to, you see, there is where so now I get frustrated. We get over pretty close to 400 some more thousand worth of cooking in Liberia. What we're supposed to come together to demand that our government do better. We don't have time for that. But I see people in the street talking about they're jubilating because they free Fina Bono, or they're going to the prison come out to say that, to say we are in solidarity with Fina Bono. If Fina Bono is still, let you go to the due process of law. Some of those people jump, they're in the street. Some of your parties around here are upset with Samuel Tua and Nathaniel Mange, call the names. And so, who you expect, or how, I mean, we got to start from somewhere. We have to start from somewhere. And so today, I was very happy when I heard that the jury that were involved in the Samuel Tua case, the judge ordered them to be arrested. And I think that's a great move. The judge ordered every one of them to be arrested. And what I want the judge to even do, they should prosecute those people. And if they find them guilty, they should sentence them, let them pay for their actions. Because some of those people are the people that were in the street crying. And you see, so that's why it came out to my intro when I said Liberia problem is bigger than Joseph Boaga, it's bigger than Upon, it's bigger than everybody. Because we need a person, maybe we need a hands-on president. Because you got people who are selected to the jury pool with the type of money involved that was stolen. And they allow themselves to be compromised for peanuts. How do we change this system? How do we get ourselves out of the mess? How? Somebody tell me, how do we get ourselves out of the mess? And then we sit down and say the government is not doing anything. We sit down and say the government is not doing anything. When they give you evidence, so look at the evidence. Based upon what you hear and look at the evidence presented to you. You take the truth, the evidence, you bury it because they gave you small money. That Joseph Bagasso will go sit down in Ajura. That Joseph Bagasso will go sit down Ajura. No. Even the people who in charge to provide protection, provide security, make sure that the jury don't even get food on them. They're supposed to vet the jury and make sure they search them. Who are they? They are Liberians. That Joseph Boakai again? Nope. They're not Joseph Boakai. That's not Joseph Boakai. But because again, they gave them small thing, they take it. When will we put our country first? When? When are we going to put Liberia first? When will Liberia win? When will Liberia win? So you can see that the country is rotting to the core. And so every one of us need to look at ourselves individually. You crying. And people are taking actions on the money. And then they will leave from there and they will be the same one standing on the side, on the sidewalk, criticizing that the government is corrupt, we all corrupt. Until we can realize that Liberia will get better if I do my part and do it honestly. You know, sometimes people talk about, because Liberians, we want quick fix. We're very good at comparing things. When I hear people talk about Burkina Faso, the only reason why President Touareg is succeeding is because the people around, they are in line with the vision. If 2 or 3 people in our group just say no, you will struggle. You will not even survive someone cool that people say he's surviving. It has to be done collectively, my people. And so, from the judiciary branch of government to the national legislature to the executive branch, you know, Mr. Cummings, one of the things Mr. Cummings always said, and I agree with him, probably some of the reason is maybe we need to go back to the budget. Maybe people are not getting paid well. Or maybe there is no opportunity. So you see, our problem is so complex. I don't know. Because national pride, self-pride, it don't exist anymore in Liberia. It do not exist anymore. People are so consumed with what they can get for themselves. When will Liberia win? When will we win? When will Liberia, that I would say, no, I can't do this. The Riverside did. When they brought in 20,000, you say, no. They identical cargo, we got a session. That's how we discover the $19 million. Riverside, there's a guy who stopped that whole show. Think about that. What will happen if Riverside could accept the 20,000? You think we'll be talking about $90 million drugs? No. Because everybody around there have gotten their cut. He was the last man. He was the last man. He was the last man. Very last person. And he said, no, they think he can go. Because why? National pride, self-pride. And so when I see people getting in, that's why I say, I do not understand CDC partisan and unity party partisan. It's more about individual than the country. And these people, we are 5.4 million people. We can't allow these few people to continue to ruin the country for us. It's about time that we put our foot down and say enough is enough. Because I guarantee you, every good thing that Joseph Boakai doing, CDC people want Joseph Boakai to fail. And when Open was there, Unity Party did the same thing. Unity Party did the same thing. They wanted the CDC government to fail. So if CDC get it again, they're not going to focus on us. They're going to go after Unity Party people. How do we benefit? We have 5.4 million people in the country. Are we going to allow these two political parties to dominate us? So even to help in the process. And they want to get to me, people who even benefit, nothing. Some of them are suffering. And they're fighting and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So Liberians, you want for corruption? Start with yourself. Do the right thing. There's drugs issues that is unfolding. If we are going to defeat and win, it is coming upon every one of us to put on our national pride and stand to defend that land that our forefathers fought for. Don't sit there and just think that Joseph Boakai can do it alone. We are the government. So as community leaders, like I said, make sure that people in your community are doing the right thing. I just told you, that community where they took that drugs from, they got so many top government officials living there. But how often do they stay in that area? Now, the people wondering who own our house. And I believe so many people there know who own our house. You can help the police. That is your contributions. Like I said, we need to put a national legislature under serious pressure. The budget can just pass it. We don't know if money in the budget that is there for certain purposes and things, we never see it. And my appeal to President Joseph Boakai, we have to ready, focus on our short-term goal. Short-term goal. Mr. President, I saw you sat in your cabinet meeting. I saw you sat in your cabinet meeting. And I will look for that tape and I will play it. And I heard you telling your cabinet members, you say, look at the building. You say, I'm not saying some of y'all, and I quote, that's what you say. You say, I know some of y'all in this room, you won't be president. The only thing I'm telling y'all please try to pin those buildings. You say, look at the ministerial complex, how dirty that place is. I heard you saying that to your people, Mr. President. So that alone tell you that we got problem. Let's focus on the short-term goal. And I would suggest that the budget concentrate on national security, education, security. And part of security is our airport need to be, electricity. So I think those are immediate short-term goals. Because if we tackle that, I believe that the country will start to shift, because our minds are messed up, Mr. President. Please, I'm appealing to you. Let's invest in those areas. I got no problem with you building roads. Look at the 14 military hospital they built. Look at the other one you just built. No equipment. Nothing. But those are long-term goals. Let's put heart on the World Crown Court. Let's put heart to that 1 year. That money there, let's use it. We need to equip our immigration officer. We need to train them. We need to pay them better. You already see the challenge. The Liberal Drugs Enforcement Agency, they need to be paid well. They need to be equipped. They need to be trained. Our Liberal National Police, because crime is getting high. Our national police need to be paid well. They need equipment, logistics, and they need to be trained. Our military, we need to increase the size of our military. Our Coast Guard, because I'm telling you, Wednesday, we'll come out, we'll give you more info. They put it on and say, the boat that we see coming on sea to fish in our water, they put it coming with drugs. That's what the report, I'm not saying it. They say the drugs is coming by land, by air, by sea. We're vulnerable. 5.4 million people. We are vulnerable. Hey, Mr. President, National Security Advisor to the President, it's the only country that we got. My people, we cannot afford to allow Liberia to fall to drugs traffickers. I don't care what political party you're from. I don't care what tribe you're from. I don't care what community you're from. We have to fight with everything that we got. And so we're going to pause here and we're going to talk a little bit about our big celebration coming up this weekend. You know, July 26 last year, for the first time, I truly felt pride because the way we were organized. And so we cannot afford to sit down and allow this momentum to die. We can't. I repeat, we cannot afford to sit down and allow this momentum to die. There is no immigrant community in this state of Minnesota that work harder than us. None. I repeat, there is no immigrant community in this state that work harder than us. It is about time that we start to reap the benefit from our hard work. We are very productive. We contribute a lot to the state. And so, it is too late But better late than never. I just felt what happened to us last year when they shut down our soccer game. We walk away like a KK dog with our tail between our legs. We're all fighting back. Part of that is because of our leadership. If you look in every sector of this country, of this state, every sector, you find Liberians, from the healthcare to education to corporate, to government, to state. We there working. We own businesses. We own companies. And we pay more taxes, like I said. More taxes. Prove me wrong. In the state, the any immigrant community. And I think it is about time that we make use. And so the July 26, I think, again, like I said, if we're going to get better, then we have to find and support our leaders. We have to get involved. Because I believe the reluctancy or the complacency of us in a state is causing us problem. And the reason why I was so proud, because I saw people taking their children. I saw our children for the first time was so involved with the celebration. And so as we're preparing to celebrate this coming weekend in Minnesota, it is my prayer that we take it to another level and that we will be on our best behavior. Whatever way we can contribute to making our program successful, we have to. On this note, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. Once again, this is your host, SUBOR Freeman, saying thank you all. Let's just recap our topic for today. We asked this question: how do we get ourselves out of the mess? We said citizen involvement. We have to do our part individually. Citizen involvement, we have to. We say we want the president to focus on short-term goal than long-term goal. We have to invest in our national security. We have to invest in our educational system. We have to invest in our healthcare system. And we say, Mr. President, please pull halt the money that's supposed to go towards the war crime code. We say right now is not relevant. We're not saying that it can be done, but I think that's a long-term goal. But right now, we have areas of needs. And so we say the budget, because all of our budget, the first budget government take almost all the money. We have to revisit how we disperse money. Because again, we say, if you look at our budget, every 2 years, the government buy 103 cars. Each car costs anywhere between 60 to 70,000 per person. And the same government got to put gas in the car. The same government got to buy a squash car. And each of the individuals take home no less than $10,000. Think about it. And we got our police in the street can better get paid. We got our immigration officer better get uniform, no equipment. And so we're just saying we have to revisit how we're spending the money here. And we said to the people, VOA, where the drugs were discovered. We'll give you an example. In our area, we told you, say, they got the IG, Gregory Como, the police director. You got the national security advisor to the president. You got senators, McGay living there, Jim Barney, the interior affairs minister, you name it. But we told you, in and most of people live there, they're working. They got big thing on our shoulder. So we say, citizen, we have to be security for ourselves. Let's keep our eyes open. You see something that ain't right, tell security. Tell the security. Right now, we told you that they still looking for the owner of that compound where they find out drugs. Some of you know the owner, some of you know who are spearheading that project. That's how we all can contribute to stopping the influx of drugs. We also talk about we have to be wise. We reminded you of the reason why we voted CDC out, because we wanted war on drugs. We wanted accountability. We wanted corruption stop. And we told you, when the president or this government is working in that direction, you can't be the one to compromise, to get in the street and say you're demonstrating for people that the government identified that stole money. Let the process play out. And we also share our frustration. We told you that today, all the jury that took place, that participated in the case of former Finance Minister Samuel Tueh, the judge ordered their arrest. And I told you, I 100% agree. In fact, I wanted to remain in jail until they can go through trial. And when they find them guilty, they should prosecute them to the full extent of the law. And I'm saying to y'all, if we're going to change Liberia, then it got to be done. It got to be done with collaboration. We all got to work together because we are the government. We are the government. Joseph Barker is not the one that said Samuel Tuah are not guilty. The people who are responsible to vet and watch the jury, they were all compromised. We say let all be like River said, the guy who refused the $20,000 US today that brought in $90 million to light. Let us be the River says. Let wear our national pride. Let take off our travel hat, our party hats. Let put on Liberian hats. And we'll also talk about the festival coming up the July 26th. We have to get involved. We have to support our leaders. And so, folks, we'll be back here on Friday. Friday, we're going to be talking strictly about the July 26th. Once again, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you for watching. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please share the video. Please share the video. Please share the video. Want to say thanks to Jacob Cody. Want to say thanks to my own big brother Badio. Want to say thank you to Edwina Goyah Shop. Jacob Patch, want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, I want to say happy birthdays to all those who are celebrating their birthday in this month of July. We pray that God will continue to bless you with long life, good health, peace of mind. Once again, this is your boy, SUBOR from saying, so long from the beautiful state of Minnesota. We're going to leave you with a beautiful song. You can listen. Thank you all. Thank you all. Until then, same place, same time, same state. Peace.
There were too many moments I should have ended differently. Too many times God covered what I never saw. So tonight I came with gratitude. I should have broken, but I'm still here. I should have drowned in my own tears, but mercy held me, grace pulled me through. gratitude, gratitude. Some doors closed and saved my life. Some delays were mercy in disguise. What I call pain, God used for good. Now I'm still standing like He knew I would. For the things I prayed for the things He blocked, for the battles I won and the ones He fought, for every night, yeah, that saved my soul. Thank you, Lord, You made me whole. Came with gratitude, gratitude. Hey, look what the Lord has done. I came with gratitude, yeah, gratitude, gratitude. He kept me when I had no strength to run. My hands are lifted, my heart is full. I came with gratitude, gratitude.